Welcome to the Engineering, Emotions, and Energy Podcast, where you can relax, recharge, and reconnect. And now, your host, Justin Wink.
Welcome to the show. Today I am talking about gratitude and grief. Other than they both start with G, what do those two things have to do with one another? Well, that's what I'm going to be talking about. So, and if you haven't already signed up for the VIP list for my upcoming book, Engineered to Love, Going Beyond Success to Fulfillment, Using Practical Tools to Relax, Recharge, and Reconnect, do suggest you do that by going to justinwink.com/VIP. The announcement of the release date coming very, very soon. And if you're on that VIP list, you'll be the first to know. And you also get some of the best bonuses and most fun stuff. For example, most recently, those on my VIP list got an opportunity to do a live in-person training with me at a ridiculous offering. They basically got to choose what they wanted to pay. So I'm looking to have lots of fun with that. So definitely would encourage that. Gratitude and grief. So I recently celebrated my birthday, turned 42. So thank you. Do appreciate it. So lots to be grateful for, right? I mean, each day in some ways is always something to be grateful for, but to have that many years and for to look back and see all the things that I've experienced and accomplished, and also being so grateful for what I got to look forward to as well. And I really did treat myself, took the day off of work, did a Pilates class, which I've really, really started to enjoy and get into. I don't know, it's up there with when I discovered yoga, like almost 15 plus years ago, of just like, wow, this is working my body and doing for it what it needs, what it wants, what it's meant to be doing. So if you've never tried Pilates, especially the kind where you're using this thing called a reformer, which is a large piece of equipment, highly, highly recommend it, especially if you're someone who spends a lot of time at a computer or a desk. So I did some Pilates, and then pizza is one of my favorite foods, so treated myself to a pizza, which is something I do my best not to indulge in too often. Went on a beautiful long hike to a place I'd never been before, then spent a nice couple hours at a local bathhouse, which has a sauna, steam room, hot tubs, cold plunge, place to sun up on the rooftop. And what's cool is it's free on my birthday. So that's cool. So it's like, they want to treat me. I'm going, okay, treat me. Let me enjoy some free, being, because I just love being in water. And then after that, had a nice little late afternoon nap, because I was just so relaxed. And it was time to get ready for a little birthday dinner with, it's interesting because most of my friends that made it out are only known for just a couple months. Only one friend I've known her since 2021, and then also new people. So just kind of, great to have a good number of people come out, had some amazing food and good cake, and get to connect with people. So just a lot to be grateful for. And now you might be wondering, okay, well, where's the grief? You said you previewed gratitude and grief. Well, this is, so those of you that are going to listen to the show, that do appreciate it. If not, welcome. So happy you're here. If love to subscribe or rate the show, please do so. My mom passed late last year, and so this was my first birthday since that. And so just kind of having the realization that I didn't get that traditional birthday message or call. So either I'd pick up and she'd do it live, or maybe I'd miss the call and she'd just record it. But I don't know how long she's been doing it, but hard for me to remember when she didn't do it, but she would always kind of call and sing happy birthday to me. And usually at the time it's just like, oh, this is the ridiculous worst thing, but it's also, really cute and sweet. And, she'd be so happy because I guess that was a big deal for her. It was the day I was born, but that was also the day she had her first kid. And her life changed in big ways as well. So it's always a kind of a delight. And just kind of hit, that, oh, she's not, she's not here physically anymore. What was even kind of wilder or stranger, though, that is kind of amped it up even more, was I had two separate friends. They don't know each other. They ended up leaving me voice messages where they were singing happy birthday to me. And so it kind of hit me that the grief, there's usually a little bit of, if there wasn't something to be grateful for, there really wouldn't be anything to grieve. It would just be a relief. Realizing that I was very grateful for that wonderful birthday wishing and that lovely, enthusiastic, cheerful singing of a birthday song on my birthday. That, missed that from my mom, yet recognizing that just because that's changed, I can still get that enjoyment. In fact, in some ways, it's even been amplified. I mean, two friends separately singing me happy birthday. That's double. If we're going to just do this in a purely mathematical number of song sense, it's expanding the scope of emotions. Because I know for me, like a big part of my life, I didn't feel much joy, but I also didn't feel much sadness. So it's just a very limited amount of scope. Like things were just fine. Things were okay. That things were, oh my gosh, this is incredible. But then also nothing was like that disappointing or that bad. Because I basically, to use if we're talking like bowling, I had the bumpers up, and the bumpers are up in bowling. It's very rare you're ever going to get a gutter ball, but even if you do kind of get a strike, it's not as satisfying because there really wasn't that risk of anything that bad happening. And so as I've experienced, more challenging emotions, I've also gotten to experience more incredible emotions. And that makes me feel even more hopeful for the future of like, well, what do I want to create? Because it used to be, I would just be trying to avoid things being too bad. And that's really just, it's playing to not lose, which is completely different than playing to win, which is where you're like, what do I want to do? What do I want to create? What do I want to have in my life? What do I want to experience? Question to you is, how have you been playing the game of life? Have you been playing to win, or have you been playing to just not lose? I'm recording this really early March, so winter is pretty close to being done. Spring is on the way, so not sure how your winter was. I know for me there was a good amount of even more loss of different friends, different romances, different expectations of business, and all sorts of stuff. It's also where the outside is saying that the plants are dead. There's really not many flowers. And now it's moving to that time of that's over. It's moving into springtime, time of new growth, where there's blossoming and blooming and possibility. Yet we don't exactly know what's going to be coming. There's this concept of, of super bloom wildflowers that happens. It's really big in California and other parts of the country. We probably get this too, where you can possibly see these like most incredible, beautiful, I think it was like 2020, maybe it was 2021. I don't know, sometime after the pandemic of being all cooped up. There's one of the most amazing super blooms outside of Lake Folsom, which is where I was living at the time. And it was like going out on another planet, how extraordinary it was. And we never know if we're going to get that or what we're going to get. So sometimes this period where it's like maybe things have been challenging, maybe they haven't been going the way that we wanted. And then there's all this uncertainty because we don't know how they're going to be. And so it can bring up some fears. Yet I want to encourage you and ask you, what is it that you want to happen? What is it that you want to experience in this coming spring of this next year of your life? Because I've experienced it myself, and I've seen it in other people that often when the focus is on the fear is what we get. Whereas if we use that fear to go, ooh, this is something I want to avoid, and instead of just fixating on it, go, whoa, well, if this is what I want to avoid, what is it that I do want in my life? What is it I do want to experience? And start to bring that to the foreground of our thoughts. Then again, there's not a guarantee, yet it's way, way more likely that we're going to experience that, or at least it's going to be further away from the fear. So what is it that you want to experience? What is it in the next year, looking back, you want to be so grateful for that you got to have? Like you listened to the show and came up with something you really want to be grateful for. Maybe it's you got a job you really enjoy. Maybe it's a relationship has improved and you just feel joy and love and connected with a special someone, or just really great friends, or you've soothed over something that was a little rough spot in a family relationship. Or maybe it's your health is finally allowing you to have a beautiful, pain-free, energetic body that you've always wanted. What is it that you want to experience and have gratitude and realize that you can start experiencing that today just by bringing that to your focus, by making that what you think about. So yeah, fears are going to come. They're good indications of things to pay attention to, yet that's not where we're meant to keep all of our focus, because where attention goes, energy flows, and that's what usually ends up being brought about. So if you can bring about your attention onto something that you actually want, you have a better shot. And you even have a better shot of getting something even better than you can imagine. When you do have fears, when there is grief, that's an indication there's something more out there for you. And it's not that there's anything bad with what you've done. It's not like you're being punished. It's not like you messed up. It's just an indication that you want some more. And it's okay to want more. That's what's the joy of being alive, of being a human, is that we can still have more. When we do have loss, especially a permanent loss of losing, someone that's been in our life, it really shows that, hey, the most limited thing, the most scarce thing is the time we have on this planet. Because at some point, we're not going to wake up that next day. At some point, there isn't going to be a tomorrow. Yet, there's a good chance there is going to be a tomorrow and a tomorrow after that. You better damn use that time and that energy and that focus to get the experience that you want. Not just focusing on the fears that maybe somebody else wants or that somebody put on you, that ultimately isn't even going to be that bad if it actually happens. Because I've had horrible stuff happen to me. And usually I realized like after the fact that, oh, that wasn't so bad. Why was I so afraid? One thing, I probably spent most of my life avoiding being humiliated, in front of other people, especially, it's like, oh, I want to be good. I want to be on point. I don't want to look silly. I don't want to be bad. And so, a few weeks ago, I went on this comedy dating show, and they called up my cousin. They usually called somebody's mom up, but my mom's not available. Because that would just be kind of cruel. Like, you don't have your mom. Well, you don't have a shot at love either. So, you can't be in the show. So, picked my cousin, and, the host, she asks, hey, so why would Justin make a good partner? And she pauses and she responds in front of this audience of like over 100 people. I don't know. She was asked, why would you say he's a good partner? And she says, I wouldn't. And like, that was her answer. And so basically, so in front of everybody, my review is that I wouldn't be recommended. And it's like part of me is a little crushed, but then the other part is like, oh my gosh, this is so freeing. Like, I'm still here. I didn't go away. The horrible thing happened and it didn't destroy me. So reason to subscribe is the host, the comedian that does that show. She's going to be a guest this coming week. So I'll make sure I get that clip posted. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. We're going to be talking about love and dating and relating. So even if you're not dating, you're still loving and relating. And there really is no big difference between romantic relationships, friendships, and business. They're just variations on the same theme. And so I could be, fixating on like, oh my gosh, can't believe this. I'm ruined. I'm never going to get Or I go, wow, that was like really funny. And I don't have to worry about what everybody thinks about me. I can just focus on being myself and find people that still appreciate me, which I feel like I've done and continue to do. It's an everyday thing. So what is it that you want to focus on? And sometimes using your fears or the pain points in life can be a really powerful tool to pivot from and discover what it is that you want to move towards. Because sometimes it can be hard to know, like, well, what do I really want? And so using that, what do you not want? And then using that to be something that, oh, now I know what I want to bring in. So I think I'm going to call that the show. So thank you so much for listening. Do appreciate it. Again, if you want to find out about the book, when it's coming out, and help support it, because it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to make this a international Amazon best-selling book. Even just got a text message from the editor saying, she's like, I've read a lot of books. This is so inspiring. This is like one of the best I've read in a long time. And this is another person. This isn't me saying, I'm not doing a Steven Seagal where I'm like, I just read the best book. It's mine. This is another person. Although I have been getting better at realizing that, yeah, there's some good stuff. And apparently others are starting to agree. So if you want to help get this out into the world, much appreciated, justinwink.com/VIP. And with that, thank you and good day. If you want to contact the show, email me at podcast@justinwink.com. That's Justin, WENCK. And find me on social media, Justin Wink, Ph.D. on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube. And if you want ways so that you can relax, recharge, and reconnect, find the Tuesday 20 every Tuesday at 12:05 p.m. Pacific. It's only 20 minutes, and it's going to get you relaxed, recharged, and reconnected. It's on YouTube, and it's on Facebook. So looking forward to seeing you there.